Grab your glass and pull up a chair. It's time for your favorite girls' night in.
Welcome to Pouring and Parenting. We're your besties, Sil and Inish.
We're here to laugh through the chaos. Hello, Pores. Let's start the show.
Hi, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pouring and Parenting. I'm Sil.
I'm Inish.
Inish, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I am a little tired, but all for good reasons. So, no complaints, actually. How are you doing?
I am doing great. So I'm not necessarily tired, but I'm very relaxed. I had a massage earlier today. It was my Mother's Day gift that I finally redeemed. And my gosh, was it worth it? I didn't realize how jacked up my body was. Like I
Yeah.
had some knots. So I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
how? Like, why am I like this? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I
Um,
need a massage. Bad.
Wait, don't we all? Oh my gosh. It was
Mhm.
much needed, much appreciated. I can get one of those every day if I could. But yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. So today we are going to dive into some girl talk, some mom talk, and just some good old talking about life. So a little fun fact about Ainisha and I is that we talk on the phone every single day and we can easily talk for hours if allowed. But being that we're moms and we're just busy, we don't always get those hours in. But Anish was kind of on a hiatus for the last few days, almost a week, really. So we really didn't get to talk. So today's episode is about kind of catching up. So you'll be hearing our conversations and hopefully you can relate to what we got going on out here. It is full blown summertime. So it's full of kids' stories and us just trying to hang in there.
Mhm.
But before we dive in, Ainisha, what is your drink for the day?
My drink of today was very spur of the moment. I didn't realize how much I needed it, but it's a stiff drink. It's peach whiskey with ginger beer and a
Oh, okay.
splash of lime juice. It's really good. I might gulp this thing down. I have to pace myself and keep it cute. So, what did you pour today?
Today I opened,
Mm.
not pour today, but I opened a White Claw Black Cherry, my
Ooh,
fave.
yummy.
I'm so excited about it. It's been so hot and it just really hits the spot on these really hot summer days. I know I should be drinking water, and my massage therapist is probably going to yell at me for not drinking water and getting all that stuff out like they say you should.
Mm.
But it's hot and I need it. So I'll drink water a little bit later today.
Was it?
But yeah, that's what I got going on. And actually, hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt because I'm getting a facial tomorrow.
Ooh,
And I don't know if you can drink before a facial. Is that a thing?
I don't think it's a thing. Like, are they poking your face with needles or
I hope
anything?
not.
Okay.
No,
I
I
I
didn't think
feel that would
so.
be the only reason why they would allude to it avoiding a drink, but if you're just getting a face massage, I don't
Uh,
think.
I know what I'm confusing it with. And I was just thinking about this earlier. Eyebrows.
Yes, yes, yes,
Eyebrows.
yes.
So another fun fact, Anish and I, hopefully you don't mind me saying,
No.
both have our eyebrows done. So we did like an ombre tattoo on our eyebrows. We actually both have very little to no eyebrows in real life,
Yes.
like born that way. I it's something that we fought for years. And when we first started hanging out, that was like one thing we like bonded over is that we both needed to fill in our eyebrows. And we found all these like magic awesome things together.
Yes.
But then finally, through a coworker, I found out about this tattoo artist. I don't know if it's just considered a tattoo artist, but it's basically like tattooing your eyebrows, but it's like an ombre type thing. So they look natural, they look good,
Yes.
but you cannot drink, I think, 24 hours before you go. So I think it's like getting a tattoo because of
Yeah.
the extra bleeding or whatnot. So that's what I was confusing it with. And actually, just today, when I was doing my makeup for today's episode, I was filling in my eyebrows and I was like, gosh, I need to go back and get them touched up. They're more
Same.
grayish now than they are dark.
Same.
And I'm like, it's time. Again, I need to have these eyebrows because I didn't want to do my makeup. Like, it's freaking hot. Like,
Yeah.
I feel very confident when I have my eyebrows on and my lashes.
Oh, the lashes.
Yeah. So we also were not blessed with long lashes. So we do have to put lashes on. Ugh, the freaking stuff we have to go through
How to
to
be a
look
girl.
decent.
Being a
Right.
girl. It's tough work.
I know.
Well, let's cheers to that, shall we?
Oh, yes. Forgot
Let's
about the
cheers to
cheers.
our eyebrows
Right.
and our eyelashes.
Cheers. Dink.
It is so
Mm.
good. I'm literally stopping myself from chugging this whole glass.
Oh, yeah. Please
So good.
don't. I don't need you falling over or slurring or
Right,
anything like that.
right.
Okay. All right. So let's just do a quick summer status report. Inish, can you describe the current state of your living room in a few words?
My living room currently is a little bit of a disaster. We recently moved and packing is it's not fun. There's nothing fun about moving. I don't mind the moves once we get there and all that fun stuff, but packing seriously just gives me the heebie-jeebies, and so boxes and boxes and boxes is what my current living room status is. What is your living room status?
And mine is colorful, messy, and probably a little buttery.
That's interesting. Please tell us more.
So the kids have been watching movies before bed and they eat popcorn.
Mm,
And it's the better, no, butter lovers.
yes.
I was saying better butter. Believe
But
it's not butter. Can't believe it's not butter
can't believe
popcorn.
it. Throw it in your face. Tomato, tomato.
No, the butter lovers popcorn.
Was it Act 2 or
And
something? The brand,
yeah, I think
maybe?
so.
Oh,
Is that what it is? Sounds
good.
right. I don't
Mm,
know.
felt
But
right.
yeah,
Good enough.
so that's why I keep finding popcorn pieces and kernels between the couches, on
Oh,
the floor, and on the rug and all that. So that's why I said buttery.
okay.
Smells buttery, looks buttery. I gotta get those cushions washed. My goodness.
But the kids are having a good old time.
They are catching up on their movies. So, well, my daughter is really because we're gonna watch eventually. I know it's already out, but Toy Story 5
Yes.
um out in theaters, and I want to take them to the drive-in to watch it, but I don't want there to be a lot of people. So, and I want my daughter to like watch the other ones first.
Yes.
So we are in the process of doing that. So hopefully, maybe this weekend we'll go watch it. We'll see.
Yes.
But yeah,
Same.
so with that being said, their go-to snack during moving time is popcorn.
Yes. I
All the
love it.
popcorn on the
Gotta have
floor.
popcorn during movie time. Have to. I
You do.
love movie popcorn.
Oh,
So
yeah. I
yummy.
love and, like, pushing the little pump to
Oh,
add
yeah.
more butter.
To add the
Mm.
extra butter. Yummy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so good and so bad.
the kids are catching up on Toy Story as well. So it
Mm,
needs to be
yeah.
done. Has to be done. Watch that fifth one. So I'm actually a little yikes. Are we gonna really do that? They're calling out the writers are calling out the parents with the electronics,
I know. I know.
based on the trailers. So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So
Technology's taken over, folks.
yes.
Okay. All right. So currently, what is trending right now, and Nisha, I don't know if you're into it or not, but it's the FIFA World Cup. So the final soccer match will be on July 19th, which is in about a week or so in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm not super into soccer like that. Like, I love to watch my son play soccer, but to actually watch a match on TV just feels so boring. Oh, it's just so boring. Like, the field is so huge and like it's
It's
just
huge.
like it's unnecessary big, honestly. Like, who needs to be running so much? It just gets me exhausted. But anyways,
It is
back to
massive.
FIFA.
So real sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
You asked me if I watched it. I'm not sure if you wanted me to answer, but
I did. I just kept talking. How rude.
I'm not into it. It was on, and I'll talk about that a little later, but the last few weeks of school, my son had an assignment that all the children had, and it was for Mother's Day. And one of the Mother's Day gifts I received was questions that the teacher asked the students, and they had to fill in their answers. And one of the questions on that sheet was, "What is your mom's favorite TV show?" And he wrote FIFA. And he's literally never seen me watch soccer. I don't watch TV. I was taken aback and asked him, "Why did you write that?" And he was like, "Yeah, soccer, right, mom? You like soccer?" No. So so random. Maybe he was trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to, like,
Like,
predict the
connect the
future
dots.
or something. Like, "Oh, it's gonna
Like,
be
well,
coming on soon."
you did coach his team, so maybe he just feels
You
like
know
you are
what?
this, like, deep soccer fan that just doesn't get to watch TV, but if you did, that's exactly what you would be
That's
watching,
what I would watch. You
is a
know what?
soccer match.
That is a great correlation. I have been the soccer coach/ slash soccer mom for 2 soccer seasons for him. So you know what? That's a great thought, and let's go with that. That's probably exactly what he
Yeah.
was thinking, so I like it, but
Yeah, he just feels like deep inside, if you could watch anything on TV at any given time, FIFA.
FIFA.
Let's watch some soccer.
Done. Done and done. So, alright, that was my little input about FIFA, but go on.
All right. So let's see who wins the World Cup on July 19th. I'm interested to see who's even going because I don't know. Good luck to everyone involved. The
Yes.
next trend that I feel like I'm kind of like just no, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm embracing that without even knowing I'm embracing it is the butter mom summer aesthetic. Anish, do you know what that is?
No, ma'am. All
And
this
it
butter
doesn't have
talk.
to do with, right? It doesn't have to do with giving my kids buttery popcorn. Okay, that's not what I'm embracing, even though I am.
Okay.
No, but the butter mom summer aesthetic, I seen on TikTok and I love it. I love everything about it. So it's like wearing denim and cotton and like linen clothing, just like loose, light clothing, lots of outdoors, just a simple, non chaotic life, non chaotic summer specifically. And what I seen on TikTok, the one that really I was just like, I want this in my life. It's a 90s type thing. So 90s butter mom summer. So it's having that perfect summer outfit. Mind you, the picture they're showing, it's just a picture of Julia Roberts lounging in this oversized outdoor chair in some overalls and a white tee and just barefoot, which looks nice and comfy. A lot of denim, summer of bubbles. So playing outside, bubbles with the kids, just being free and dancing. I don't know. Sprinklers, having the sprinklers on, running through the sprinklers. Popsicles, sunscreen, drinking from the hose, which is so funny because my neighbor actually played a prank on my son. I saw him do it where he filled his water container up with hose water and he thought he was being funny, but I was like, "Oh, that's nice. He's filling up. It's water for him." So then my son drinks it, and then my neighbor's laughing. I put hose water in it, and my son looks so disgusted. He was he was like he was gonna die. I was like
Clutching his
watching
pearls.
him, right? I was like, "Benny, you're fine." He's like, "That's so gross. It has bacteria in it. It's not purified like the
Oh,
inside water." Growing up, we used to drink out of the hose, and it was fine. It has an interesting hose taste, but you just deal with
I
it,
didn't even think we were allowed to go in the house. Drink the
right?
water. You in the house, you stay in the house. That was a threat. So we had
Yeah,
to
like,
drink
you
the
can't be
hose
going in
water.
and out the house, what the heck?
Exactly.
So so then later on, I saw 'em both drinking out the hose. Okay, now you know, stop coming in my house to get water. Save the purified water for later on in the day. Like, road trips with the family,
Mm,
just kinda hanging out, fresh cut fruit, like watermelon slices as snacks, which I
mhm,
love. Luckily, my kids love watermelon. My
mhm.
husband and I love watermelon, so we keep that in the house, and it's so filling and it's so refreshing. It's so good. And then just making the most out of the backyard, no screens, no phones, and the neighborhood kids, when all the neighborhood kids, which actually, like, really lucky to live in the neighborhood we do because a lot of the neighborhood kids do come to my house. I think I mentioned it one time, like, one just like walked through the door. I had no idea who he was, but they are really not on their phones. And my son doesn't have a phone. My neighbor does. And they'll be on it for a little bit. They get tired of playing some little rest, but then before I know it, they're at it again. I bought this little tiny pool, which is a multi-purpose pool because when I first bought it, I bought it for my kid's birthday party. It was a little ball pit for the little ones because I knew that they were not going to survive in the jumper with the big kids.
Mhm.
So I got them this pool and it's, like, heavy duty. It's, like, also meant for, like, dogs. So, like, they can't, like, rip it up with their nails.
Oh,
And
nice.
it looks so huge. Like, when I used it as a ball pit, like, I didn't have enough balls to fill that sucker up. Like, it was just so big. But now that we're filling it up with water, the kids are having a blast. But
Mhm.
my son and my neighbor kid that comes over all the time, like, if they're both in there, like, that's it. Like, they're just kinda like 2 freaking sharks in, like, a little tadpole pond.
Yeah.
They have to move, together in order to move around at this little pool, but they love it, and they're just, like, in and out, and then my daughter will play in there. We have a little splash pad that they're using. So we really
Yeah.
are embracing the backyard. They're having just such a good time. And, like, it's chaotic a little bit, yes, it's a little messy, you know, there's popsicle sticks and wrappers on the floor and all that, but just being able to be out there and I am outside with my water or my drink in the shade, and I'm just, like, watching all this chaos go down. It's amazing, and then, like I said, we're kinda, like, closing out our nights watching some type of Disney movie with our popcorn and just kind of chilling and grilling and just living summer up, and it's very butter mom summer aesthetic is from what I've seen.
I
So,
love it. I'm gonna have
yeah,
to do a
I
butter mom
right?
aesthetic fit check. Mom style made easy and put
Right?
some denim and linen together.
I have overalls, but they're not like the loose overalls, they're like the skin tight ones. It does not give the same vibes, not the
Yes.
same vibes at all. But yeah, like
Definitely need the
just
loosey
being
goosey.
free. Yeah, just like letting your hair down and like playing in the bubbles and the sprinklers and all that. Like just
Yeah.
such a good time. So I love that trend. And I saw like a lot of other stuff where it's just like basically the denim and being outside, like being outdoors, embracing everything outdoors, playing in the grass, whatever it may
Mhm.
be, in the water, in the lake if you have a lake, or going to the beach, whatever the case may be. But
Yes.
just really embracing the simple things, just what
Yes.
nature has to offer. And that's basically it.
Yes. I love all of that. I think that's a great trend in embracing the sunshine and the weather and going back to the old school life,
Right.
being out
Yeah.
being outside. Wear sunblock though, people. Wear your sunblock.
Oh, we went to my niece's graduation from UC San Diego, and we were out there. And I mean, I figured this would be nice weather because we are in San Diego. But holy guacamole, the sun was beaming. It was beaming.
Mm.
We'd get this, like, nice breeze, but overall, we were just a little miserable, I'm not gonna lie. It was just so uncomfortable,
Mm.
but I really didn't think I got burnt until I got home and I took off my dress, and I was like, "Oh my god, what the hey?" Yeah, so, I have the craziest looking tans right now. So hopefully by the end of summer, before I go back to work, I can even them out so I
Yes.
don't look so crazy. Because my goodness,
Yes, people. Don't forget the
it's out of
sunblock
control.
during these summer even my melanin ladies, all my melanins, wear your sunblock.
Mhm, we all need it.
Yes.
Alright, so like I said earlier, Inish and I usually talk every day for a good amount of time. However, she was out and about. So I wanna hear how Inish's trip went. So Inish, first tell me, why did you go out of town?
It was an anniversary trip slash family
Oh,
trip.
yay. How many years?
11, we celebrated our 11th year anniversary and
Yay. Wedding anniversary.
wedding anniversary. We are officially married according to the courthouse and and our witnesses. But
And God.
and God, of course, the man above. But it was a surprise anniversary trip. I had no clue, and my husband's really that is his jam. We go tit for tat with surprising each other, and he's winning. He's winning. So
Okay, do you wanna tell us where you went?
I was sorry. Yes, yeah, yes. We went to go
Give
on.
me more.
Pulling teeth over here. Yes. So it was a surprise trip, our wedding anniversary. We went to dinner, and at dinner, he told myself and the kids, "We're going somewhere. Pack your bags. We leave in the morning. Pack swimsuits." And he packed the boys' suitcases, which was so nice. I typically do all the packing, and because I don't wanna say I'm a control freak, but I just take charge. I know what they need. But it was really nice that he packed, and we went to a resort. So it was like a staycation. The resort is called Kalahari. Really great resort. It's in Texas. It was maybe an hour or 2 outside of Houston, but it's an African-themed resort, and it was really nice. They offered an indoor water slide? What do you call that? Indoor
Water park?
water park. I was like, "Water slide sounds crazy." Like, one they
Right. Like, "Oh, that's fun."
Right. They had an indoor water park. I wish that I would have recorded the boys when we were pulling up into the resort location. Because again, we had no idea where we were going, literally until we pulled up, and the outdoor has really great curb appeal, And so a few of the water slides go outside of the building and curve back inside of the building. So you could see the massive
Oh,
water slides outside of the building. And they freaked out. They were in their own world. And at this point, we had been in the car for roughly about 5 hours. And my husband was like, "Okay, we're here." And they're like, "Oh my god, thank you so much, daddy." They were so happy. They both instantly thanked him, and they were just so happy. But I was, like, in the midst of being appreciating it with them, that's why I didn't pull my phone out. I mean, I didn't know what the surprise could have been, so what do I look like recording? I don't even
right.
know what was happening. But it was really great. We spent, like you said, about a week, almost a week there. And the rooms were, it was a really nice room, very large. It was very accommodating for the family, the four of us. And I honestly don't know how many water slides they had there, but it was just really, really accommodating and just a lot of fun. I'm not a water girly, and the youngest one is my child for sure, but my husband used to be a lifeguard in his past life, which just sounds crazy to say out loud, and I knew him during that time, but it still sounds weird. And our oldest son really enjoys the water, so they were 2 peas in the pod. My son went
Oh,
down some of this. I was terror I didn't even see him go down. I seen him go down one slide, but I'm like, my heart honestly can't even take it. So, but they were just going down the water slides together. And we were there during the week. I love doing vacation stuff during the week, especially with the family because there are less people there versus the
right.
weekend. And we ended on the weekend, and that's when the people started to roll in. Perfect timing though. They also offered an outdoor water park space as well if you wanted to get that vitamin D we were talking about. So we did
Mhm.
experience that. And they had an arcade there, an indoor, just an arcade. I don't know why I'm saying indoor, but they had an arcade
As opposed to it being
as
outside, you know.
and they had miniature golf. My husband paid for We were able to do everything that the hotel offered us as far as on their description. They had separate things to pay for. They had 2 escape rooms as well that were available. They also offered bowling. We did the bowling. They played miniature golf. They had laser tag that was extra. They had an actual roller coaster within the space.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
huge, huge. The space was massive. And I was telling you still that they had this oversized big mega TV that played like 80s and early 90s music, more rock, but I
Mhm.
loved it. I
Gotta love the music. And the
my
music
god.
videos, gosh.
They played the music videos, and the screen was mega, like mega jumbotron screen, playing all the old school music videos. It was honestly, I wouldn't have chosen it because, again, I don't like the water, but hey, I went down a couple slides with the baby. I rode in the lazy river by myself. I
Oh my
went
gosh.
and
Who are you on
I know.
vacation?
I
Inish does not like the water. Like, God forbid we do anything water
mm,
related.
mm-mm,
It's just a no-go. Just, you gotta
definitely a no.
push her in or something.
Don't do that. But don't do that. But no, I got in the lazy river. They had a jacuzzi, an indoor-outdoor jacuzzi. I got in that by myself. So I was able to do those 2 things by myself. They have a band every single night, a live band, and
Oh,
very
that's
kid-friendly,
fun.
very, very kid-friendly, definitely geared towards family. I 100% would recommend that to any and everyone. And if you're not a parent, they do have adult spaces that's away from the kids. So you have to have an ID to go into that water space. I think it's called the grotto, but they have a
Sounds
bar.
very adultish.
Yeah, a swim up bar in there, and just peace and serenity. I'm assuming goes on in there, away from the crowd. But it was such a great gesture for my husband to do that, and kept the kids in mind and me. Honestly, ultimately, Kalahari Resort was really, really, really good. Well laid out. Everything
Mhm.
was just easily accessible, and the kids all just nothing but smiles everywhere. It was such a great surprise. I am so grateful that he thought to do that because I had 0 idea. So I was talking to you, and then we were texting as we were en route, like, "Girl, did you make it yet?" I was like, "No, girl, we still in the
Right?
car."
I mean, I was secretly hoping she was coming to
I
California.
know.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm glad you guys also have this experience. That's fun. Having kids, it's really hard to have an enjoyable vacation, staycation because
Yes.
you're always constantly worried about everything else but yourself. But it seems like you were also able to kind of have fun on not on your own, but you were also able to enjoy yourself is what I'm trying to say. While
Yes.
the kids also enjoyed themselves, you had everything you needed. So sometimes
Yes.
it's hard to get all of it in one. So
Yes.
that to me, I think is awesome that you guys as a family as a whole were able to have such a good time on your anniversary.
Yes, it was nice. He 10,000 points to my hubby. He strikes again with the surprise. The kids were on their best behavior. All in all, the everything was just really, really nice.
Well, good job to your hubby. So, besides the trip, so far for your summer, have you had any parenting fails or wins? Anything you wish you could take back, or anything you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad this happened?
Parenting fails, I can't think of any fails at the moment. A win would be before the move, one of my girlfriends and I had a garage sale. So that was her idea because she felt my stress and I was able to shed some weight and not take unnecessary items during our move.
Oh,
So that to me is a summer win. And
for sure, especially when moving. You don't want to just take a bunch of unnecessary stuff. So,
yes, and I
that
wasn't
was
gonna
definitely
do
a
that.
win.
Yes, but no fails. What about you, Sil? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Let's see. I do have a parenting win. This one isn't necessary. Well, I guess I have a few. But my nephew came over earlier in the summer, and he is 10. He's 10, and he wanted to ride my son's bike. Mind you, I didn't know he didn't know how to ride a bike. So it got scary really quick. And he was like really eager to learn. I think he had tried to learn for a while, but then stopped. So he still couldn't ride a bike on his own. I ended up taking the kids to the park, and a poor kid, he was going around the track and fall into the grass, like every few feet, just fall into the grass. And I was like, are you okay? How are you feeling? He's like, I really want to learn. Hey, don't give up. Let's take a deep breath. I'm trying to give him different pointers and tips. I did not teach my son how to ride a bike. My husband did. So I don't really know what strategies, but finally I was able to help him and he started to ride the bike on his own. So that
Oh,
was a win for me. My son and I are cheering for him, pedal and go. So it was fun.
o
So his dad actually got him a bike and I was able to see. So today after my massage, I was like right next to my mom's house and he was out there riding his new bikes. I was so proud of him. So
yeah,
he really wants to come over and ride bikes with my son. So that was a win, especially because I mean, one, just being able to ride a bike, I feel like everyone should be able to ride a bike, but clearly that's not the case, especially now in the days of technology. And I guess this
mhm,
is why Toy Story made that movie, right? And take like now that kids are so heavy on technology, there's a lot of kids who really do not know how to ride a bike.
yes,
And it makes me sad. I feel that's a regular childhood milestone.
yes,
So to be able to help him do that, and he really is about his tablet. So
yes,
yeah, that is definitely a win. I have been working with my kids. We've just been doing like homework over the summer. I'm
mhm,
trying to teach my daughter her colors. She's very stubborn, is what we're learning. I'm torn between does she have a learning disability or is she just messing with me?
mm,
And I'm kind of in that I think she's just messing with me
mm,
because she'll say the right colors and later on she's just saying totally different stuff, but she laughs. She laughs about it. And I'm like, can we be serious? But she's 3. How do you tell a 3-year-old to be serious? Like, can you stop scaring mommy? I need to know whether you know these things. And then like earlier today, we were she has a a placemat that has like all the letters on them
mhm,
and I do the sounds with her. I haven't really taught her like the names of the letters. I wanted her to know the sounds of the letters first. And we were at P. So I'm like, puh, puh. And she's like, no, mommy, P. What? How do you even know that? Yeah, you're right. And, so it was a win, but also I didn't teach you that. I
She's like,
want
"Girl,
you to
spit
know
it
the
out.
sounds, right?
Spit
Right?
it
I know
out,
she probably
girl."
thought I was stuttering, like,
She's like, "Hey,
P,
so
mommy,
take your
P.
time. Take your time, girl."
Right? Yeah. So yeah, but then I being a teacher is so stressful when you're trying to teach your own kids because am I a failure as a teacher or
Oh,
what is it that I don't know how to
what's that
teach my own
connecting?
kids,
What's connecting?
right? Because so she ended up with my son's Uno cards and she had them all over the table and then she has them on top of her letters placemat. So she has the number 1 Uno card in her hand and
Mhm,
she's looking for it on the placemat. And I'm trying to tell her Like, it's not there. That is a number. Those are letters. And she's like, I can't find it. And I'm like trying to explain to her, well, you're not going to find it because it's a number, not a letter. And
Yeah.
she was just so mad that she couldn't find it. And finally just had a letter B and just be mad because she wasn't understanding. How do I teach my kids that these are numbers and these are letters? You're not going to find it. And she's
Mhm.
just so being so stubborn. No, it's here. I just got to find it. And
Mm,
you're not showing it to me. She's
yeah.
getting pissed off at me. And
Yeah.
I'm just frustrated. What the heck? So, yeah. So those are a little bit of my fails. Oh
No,
my God.
that's not a fail. You're
I mean,
teaching, she's learning in her own way. I think stubborn is appropriate for sure. My son is stubborn to his core. So I think she's fooling with you. She's messing with you.
maybe. It's like, why? Why do you gotta
Right.
do me like that? I just want you to learn and know things. But
Yeah.
but she's also she's becoming very demanding, and I don't know how to stop this. I don't. My son, he had his own little issues. He was more of I guess, a crybaby, but she is demanding. She's a boss.
Mm,
She has a speech delay, and so when she says words, I'm excited. But I don't know if she's purposely just using few words to sound more demanding. Just earlier, she was sitting at her booster seat eating a slice of pizza, and she's like, "Mommy," and she just points. So I'm looking, and she's pointing to the chair. She's gotten into this habit where she wants me to sit next to her every time she eats. I'm like, no. When you eat, that's when I can go and do stuff without you freaking following me. I can use the
okay.
restroom
Yeah.
without you being right there. And she's just pointing, "Mommy, sit." And she's like pointing, but her facial expression is so serious. And she's "Aquí,
Oh,
aquí, sit."
ooh.
And I'm like, "No, you're not my boss. I'm out of here." My God, she's constantly
We
trying
love
to
a
put
bilingual
me.
queen now.
Oh, she's so bilingual.
We love a
She's
bilingual queen.
she's all over the place. She's so Spanglish. It's so funny.
I
But
love
yeah,
that.
she's definitely a boss
Yeah,
in her own
samesies.
mind. And I'm like,
My
oh
son
my
is
gosh.
I wonder if they skipped the terrible 2 phase and it's the terrible 3 phase
Oh,
that's
I think so.
happening. That's what I
I
think is
think so. I felt
happening.
like she was pretty chill in her twos, but now that she's able to speak, it's like all she wants to do is speak demands.
Mhm. Same, samesies. My son, he has a very large vocabulary, and what fascinates me is that he won't say please.
Oh.
He makes a demand, and I've gotten to the point where I'll just ignore him until he picks up on my ignoring, which takes a while, and then "What do you say? Please?" You say like 1,000 words. "Can I have water, please? Water, please?" And I talk to him like he's 20, and he's just looking at huh? I say all those words to him. Yeah, I'm always, "You have such of a large vocabulary. Just say please." And he'll look at me, and again, he eventually says it after I tell him to say it. I truly think that they're messing with us, and the demanding is part of the nonsense
Like
that's
their
happening with
sign,
their
like it's just
Yes,
ugly.
yes, for sure. Definitely their side. 100%.
Yeah. So our kids are born a day apart, literally just a
Love
day,
it.
not probably even less than 24 hours, actually.
Mhm.
They're so close to being just born almost at the same time. But yeah, they're very similar and it's a little
Mhm.
scary. I don't know if they're going to make it as a couple.
Fortunate.
Like, it's just so similar. Like, they gotta change.
I think
They
that
need to change.
think what will happen is I'm in the process of teaching him how to be calm, and we're working on breathing exercises. I mentioned that a few episodes back, and I'll put my hand on his heart if he's really frustrated to calm him down so he can breathe and just find his center and his ground. I know that sounds crazy because he's 3, but and even 2. I've been doing this since he was 2, but just helping him regulate his emotions. And first, you need to calm down and breathe, and let's evaluate the situation. Why are you so upset? And again, yes, I know he was 2 and we're traveling into 3, but I wonder with all these exercises that he's doing, he'll be able to calm little mama down and, "Let's
Hopefully, I
breathe,
don't
girl. I need to breathe."
right? And the funny thing is that my daughter will say please, but it's like begging, like, "Please, mommy, please." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And it's like, "Thank you." As soon as she gets her way, "Thank you." And she just walks away.
Oh,
I knew I was gonna get my way type thing. Just so
well, I wish he'd
oh
say please more
gosh.
often. And
I
sometimes
was
he
just like,
that's
"Please."
I know he knows what he's doing because 'cause he'll say it sometimes, but he'd rather say it over and over again the wrong way, over and over and over, and then the second even my oldest son is over it. "What's the magic word?" And he knows it. And I'm thinking, how do you even know what the magic word is? When did that conversation happen? I didn't have it with you. So he knows, and he's already putting
Mm,
the different words and correlations together. He knows
mhm.
what he's doing. He's stubborn. I don't wanna say it. He'll
Yeah.
say it. Tell me to say it, and I'll say it. But maybe I'll get it without saying it. Ugh, oof. That's a whole episode right there, right?
Oh, right? I know. All right. So, any summer pet peeves? Do you have any pet peeves yet?
Any pet peeves? I would say no pet peeves. You know what? I lied. I had a pet peeve in our old place in Texas is that parents aren't keeping their children occupied. I see a lot of kids just roaming aimlessly.
The
Teenagers
streets?
roaming the streets, just
Mm,
trying to,
my, that's how you get in trouble.
looking for trouble. So I wish that more parents would, and if you can, I understand if you have a job, but there are summer programs out there. I know the Y has summer camps, and there are sporting activities out there that you can place your kids in. But keep your kids active, keep your kids busy. I know we talked about boredom is healthy, but to a certain extent.
Right? Not that bored.
To
No,
a
just
certain
wandering the
extent. I'm over
streets.
here
That's
clutching my purse, like,
scary.
don't come, let me cross the other side of the street. I'm not trying to be afraid of y'all kids now." And so so I would say that's a pet peeve is kids roaming aimlessly, trying to find they're looking for trouble. They're looking for something to do. There's a trending, I'm not sure if it's trending anymore now at this point, but there's a story on Netflix about this young lady, and unfortunately, she rammed her vehicle, so I'm not sure if you heard of this story or movie, but she rammed her car into a wall, and she murdered her boyfriend and a friend in the
Oh, yeah.
car.
She's the one who's in jail right now, right? She wanted
Correct.
Kim Kardashian to be her lawyer and all that nonsense. Yeah.
That's a whole bunch of nonsense. And so there's a lot of videos online, and there's a video of them being bored, and they broke into a church. I stumbled upon this video of them breaking into a church. Where were the parents at?
My
And
gosh.
high school kids. There are so many activities that the Y costs money. You're probably pay for my kid to go to Y. Okay, don't take them to the Y. But if they're cousins, if they're just anything, give work. Still mention work. My kids do work. They have summer school at home. Put together a
Hmm.
booklet. There are a lot of different things online that you can do. So I will 100% say a pet peeve of mine are aimlessly roaming kids in the streets trying to
Yeah,
find
I
things
can
to
see
do.
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's that. What about you,
Dang
Sil?
it.
What's your pet peeve? Do you have a pet peeve?
I do. I
Mm.
do. So since I'm home now for the summer, I don't wake up as early as I typically would during the week. And my pet peeve is that seems like at least 3 times a week, someone's lawn is getting mowed.
Mm.
And it's at like 7 in the morning. And I get it. They want to get a start early because it's freaking hot as heck out there. But can we just do them all on the same day and get it over with? Almost every freaking morning, I wake up to the sound of a lawnmower, weed whacker, something
Like
going on out
Pleasantville
there.
out there mowing their lawn at the
Shut
same time.
up. Yeah. Well, see, I wish it was the same time, not every day something new. And like, I have neighbors all around. So someone's
Mhm.
always doing something, being all loud in the morning, or then there's trash cans. And I think I have a lot of pet peeves. One another pet peeve of
Tell
mine
it, girl.
is the trash cans. The times that these people take their trash cans out or bring them in. I get it if you work early and maybe no one's home. Okay, whatever time before you leave, you might take them out. But how about you take them out the night before? Okay, not at 5 in the morning. I had a neighbor who
Yikes.
brought their trash cans in at like 1 in the morning.
Girl, you wear hearing aids? You
No,
better.
they're freaking loud. We sleep with the windows open to get
Mm.
that fresh air at night. And
Oof. Y'all live on the
and
edge.
I don't know if our you already know how we do. But and I don't know if maybe our neighborhood echoes or what the case is, but you can hear it and it's loud. If it sounds like freaking thunder. It sounds like and then they just drop it. And so it's like a boom. And I didn't need to be
You're like
scared
under
like that.
a cape.
It's just so annoying. I hate the trash cans at the crazy hours. I hate the lawnmowers at the crazy hours in the morning. And then my last pet peeve, and this has to do with my kids, is the "I'm hungry" phrase. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. My daughter says it just to say it. At this point, I've learned,
Mhm.
and my son says it every hour. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. You're occupied. He actually has all these things going on that he could do, whether
Mm.
playing outside, playing, or doing homework, whatever the case is, and still he finds time to be hungry.
You should have
How are
snacks
you?
out.
I am out of snacks. Like, I don't know what other kind of snacks to get them because it's just it's out of control. And it's like I'm not trying to be in the freaking kitchen all day when it's not one kid, it's the other. And then luckily my husband, he fends for himself. He's good on his own. I'm barely eating at this point.
Mm.
So I think it probably annoys me more that the kids are always so hungry because I don't have a freaking appetite. So I'm
Mhm.
just like, I'm fucking in the kitchen again. Again. Stay full. Stay freaking full.
They're growing, burning calories. All
Yeah.
that playing they're doing,
But like
they're burning
my
calories.
daughter walks around, she'll have a bag of chips in her hand or whatever. She's, Mommy, I'm hungry.
Hey, girl, if
You
you don't
have
get
to
on
get
my
it in
face and
front
eat
of
them
you.
bag of chips.
Right. I'm just so tired of that phrase. Like, say it in Spanish at least. Say it in another language. I'm just tired of hearing
How
I'm
do you say
hungry
it
or
in
and
Spanish?
right.
What do you wanna hear?
Tengo hambre.
Tengo
Tengo
hambre.
hambre.
Tengo hambre.
Yeah. And
Mm.
my son at one point he would tell me I'm famished.
Yeah, there you go. Mhm.
You just ate. There are kids who are actually famished. Get the hell out of my face. Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
So many pet peeves. I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh my god. I know there is a lot. But you know what? I'm just not used to it. Every summer I have my adjustments that I have to make,
Yeah.
but there are just some that you just can't get used to. I can't.
Yeah, that
But
lawnmower and trash can situation is throwing me for a loop. We honestly our bedroom back in Texas face the main street. I would never leave the windows open or anything like that, but I don't think I ever heard a trash can get dropped ever.
oh god, it just makes me feel like they do it on purpose.
Wake up! Wake up! I just got off
Right?
work.
If I have to be out here pulling my trash because you're all gonna wake up. You couldn't find a more appropriate time to do this? Why do you want to do this now?
That's weird.
Why? What's the sudden urge? I don't know. I don't get it.
Mhm.
But all right, let's go ahead and move into our Sing to Me segment. So I know this episode's been slightly different as far as structure goes, but we cannot leave out our Sing to Me segment.
Okay.
All right, so if you have been listening, you already know how this goes for any new pours out there. The way Sing to Me goes is I will ask Inish a question based on song lyrics, and the goal is for her to not only repeat it to me, or I'm sorry, the goal is for not only for her to answer it correctly, but to sing it back to me, hence sing to me. Then after she answers hers correctly or most likely incorrectly, then it's my turn to answer her question.
You said most likely incorrectly? What the? Wait
Oh,
a
you're paying
minute.
attention.
Wait a minute.
All right. So, Inish, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. In Bottoms Up by Trey Songs, he says, Now I got a blank and the blank in the ride. What does he have in the ride? There's two things. Now I got a blank and the blank in the ride. And Bottoms Up.
Say what's in your cup, bottoms up, bottoms up. I can't even grasp the rhythm of the verse,
Oh
but
my
I
gosh.
have the chorus. Ask me the question again.
Okay. So he says, Now I got a blank and the blank in the ride. What are those blanks?
Now I gotta
And okay, so I'll give you a hint. The next line says getting loose in the ride. Now I got a blank and the blank in the ride, getting loose in the ride.
I have nothing. I have nothing. Nothing.
We should do like a call a friend type thing.
Yes. It's a lifeline. Need to use a lifeline. I wanna use a lifeline. Deshaun would always be the lifeline. He knew every song. Jumped into it. Why does his brain work like that? Go ahead and tell me. I don't know. I have no and I really like that song too.
Says now I got a chicken and the goose in the ride, getting loose in the ride.
Mm-mm.
No?
I definitely wouldn't
So
have.
cheers to the girls, throw a deuce to the guys. Now I got a chicken and the goose in the ride, getting loose in the ride.
No, ma'am.
Hating ass, you can move to the side.
Mm-mm.
Bottoms up, bottoms up.
Nope.
Okay.
None of that. Nothing. 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 Hmm. Okay. Well, let's go. These are easy. Again, I say this every week. In Destiny's Child's Bills, Bills, Bills. If he did what, they would what?
If he did what, they would what? Hold on. He did this, they would what? Ooh, okay. So let me just start from the top. Drive it all day and don't feel all the time. Then you
I'm a
have
big
the
Destiny's Child
audacity to
fan, so
even
and I like this song.
the words to me as to hold someone until you get you. Oh, shoot. If he what, then get it. Shoot. I don't want to give up. Oh, yeah. If he pays the bills, then we could chill. Then maybe we could chill. A telephone. Then maybe we could chill. Right? Why not?
Yes, you are correct, Sil. Can you pay my
Oh,
bills?
yeah.
Can you pay my telephone bills? Do you pay my automobile bills? If can you, do you pay my automobile bills? If you did, then maybe we could chill.
Yeah,
I don't
there you
think
go.
you do. Yes.
Oh, you and me.
Hey, that's where I was going with that too.
All right. So, our next song, Tony Braxton's You're Making Me High. Okay.
Mm.
She says, I want to be with you in spite of what?
Spite of your flaws. You're making me high. I don't really know that song. I want to be with you in spite of her. She would always sing. She was always singing about other women. Miss Tony, the living legend, Braxton, as her sister would call her. I want to be with you in spite of. If I were writing a song, I'd say in spite of your flaws. But is that? Do you really want to be with someone in spite of their flaws? Is that really the lyric? I know. I know it's not. I know that's not the answer. Still, I didn't mean. I don't know. Gosh, I haven't heard that. That's not in rotation either. There is a Tony Braxton song in rotation, but that is not the song that they play.
It's definitely not appropriate. And my cousin and I used to sing Tony Braxton when we were younger. This is
Yeah.
what, like late 90s?
Uh-huh.
We had no business singing this freaking song.
Very inappropriate, very sneaky with her beautiful angelic voice singing all
I
these dirty
know.
songs. I don't know, so let's not hold up the game. What is it? What is she yapping about?
She says, I wanna be with you in spite of what my heart says. I guess I want you to bet all I want is
You
you there
there
inside
inside.
me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was singing that at like 10 years old.
Oh, goodness. Miss Tony does it again.
Mhm.
Okay. Honestly, if I would have maybe tried a little bit more of thinking, deep thinking, I might have gotten closer than what I did right now. All right, Sil, you stumped me again. Let's see if you can guess this last song lyric. What was Christina Aguilera waiting for in her hit single Genie in a Bottle?
Genie in a bottle. Dang. All right, let's see. Feels like I've been locked up in a century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me.
That's not what I was looking for. You're very close though.
Not say that. If you wanna be with me, I can make your wish come true. Just come and set me free, baby, and I'll be with you. Genie in a bottle, baby. Gotta rub me the right way, honey. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on in, let me out. Wait, what was the question?
What was Christina Aguilera waiting for in her hit single Genie in a Bottle?
To be let out. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Gotta rub me. She wanted me to be rubbed the right way. She
No.
was waiting to be rubbed the right way. What? She was waiting. Shoot.
Is that your final answer?
No. Let's see. Hold on. I keep singing the same part. All right. Fine. I don't know. Dang,
The correct lyrics are waiting for someone who needs me.
dang it. Oh, yeah. I thought the words were release me. Waiting for someone to release me. That makes
It's
sense.
a little
She's in a
dirty
genie.
when you think about it. Yeah, I mean that those lyrics can go really south. Yeah.
Mm,
We're not on that dirty train today, ma'am.
dang it.
She was waiting for someone who needs her.
Dang
So
it.
that's it. That's
Okay.
now you
All
know the
right.
lyrics. Now, if you ever hear that song again, you could
Yeah.
sing them properly with Miss
Right. I
Aguilera.
just sing all. Dang it. Okay. All right. Dang it. I was more of a strip fan.
Mm.
So I think her second album, not necessarily this one.
And I
She's
wasn't actually. I wasn't that big of a
oh,
fan.
I have had at least 3 stripped CDs in my lifetime because I've scratched them all.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank goodness for, like, Apple Music now.
Oh, okay, interesting. I can't even. I got nothing about stripped. Nothing.
I loved it. There's so many good songs on there. Oh my gosh.
Interesting. She has a beautiful voice. Big ups. Big
Yes,
shout
she
out
does.
to. Miss Aguilera.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes our Sing to Me segment. So I had one and you had one? Oh, I sent you
Mhm,
both times.
mhm.
Okay.
No
All
such
right.
luck
There
today
goes.
for me.
There goes my brain. So, okay. At least one of us was a winner. Yikes. I feel like I was pretty close, though,
You were
to both.
close. Yes, you were definitely close.
All right. Moving on to the next segment. So now I get to share some of my experiences that I've endured this summer. One is this first one's a funny story. So a few years ago, I bought these sandals from Amazon. They were recommended to me by my cousin. They were these like slides. And she's like, oh, they're so comfy, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. And they were. I tried hers on, so comfy. I wore them. And I remember going to another cousin's house for a pool party. And she tells me, she saw my sandals. She's like, oh, they're cute, blah, blah, blah. Just be careful because they'll shrink. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not throwing them in the dryer. She's like,
Right.
"No, they'll shrink in the sun." And I was like, "Oh,
What are they made
okay."
out of? Why are they
Like,
shrinking?
they're just I don't know, a rubber. They were rubber, I don't know. But all right, cool. So we're swimming in our pool, just having like a good time. Hours later, I go to get my sandals and I go to put them on and they're freaking small. They were like two sizes too small. Oh my God. And I called her. I was like, they shrunk. Like I was so just dumbfounded. And she
Dumbfounded.
starts busting up. She has the same pair of sandals,
Yeah.
but she wears like a size 5. She has the tiniest foot ever.
Yes.
So those are mine. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I thought my sandals had really shrunk."
Oh, goodness,
Okay.
so okay.
Fast forward to today, actually.
Yes.
Fast forward to today, I am outside with the kids, and I had left those same sandals outside, okay? And they were outside for a few days. Mind you, it's summer, it's been really hot, and I just forgot them. So I go to put them on, and I was like, "Holy guacamole. These mother effers actually shrank. They do not fit me anymore. My whole heel is out of these sandals." And I'm like, "So they really do shrink? Like, what the heck?" So
I wonder if there's a warning label
it
on there.
I don't know. She knew they shrunk, but hers still fit her.
Mm,
Mine shrank so many sizes. They fit my son now. Those are his slides.
there you go.
And he's like, "Oh, these are so comfy." And I was like, "Well, watch out. They're gonna become your
The
sister's
baby.
slides
Yes,
if you don't put them inside."
and that's what to
How
do when it's time. Sleep in the sun so you can shrink down.
how much smaller can these freaking
Mhm.
slides get? I was I'm like, "Okay, this really does happen. They shrink."
Yeah, that's
I did not know
that's hilarious.
that was a thing,
There
so
has to be a
keep your
warning label
sandals
in
inside
the
if
shade.
they're made out of rubber or in
Yes.
the shade. Yeah, I know, and luckily, they were both out there and not one stayed in
Can
the
you
shade the whole time.
imagine?
I have 2 different sizes.
Did they shrink to
My
the
god.
same size?
They're both the same size, yeah.
Fascinating.
So at least that
I wonder
happened.
if there's a
But I
disclaimer on
was like,
there.
"What the frick?" It's probably my order history in my Amazon, so
You
I'll have
should
to look back.
look.
I mean, it's been a few years now.
I'm sure
I'm like,
there
"Oh
have
my
to be
gosh."
people complaining. People keep
I mean,
shoes outside shoes.
I guess I'm getting my money's worth because they were my sandals and now they're my son's. Like, luckily they're black.
100%.
Well, I'm wearing them. He's like, "They're so comfy." I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
"Well, all right." So that's one thing. But and mind you, we haven't talked in a few days or almost a week at this point. So let me just fill you in.
Mm,
We went to BJ's over the weekend, and well, we went because my son got one of those like award things from school where you get like a free Pizookie or whatever.
yes.
So we go, and we had a decent time. Like the kids loved their food, they ate their food. The Pizookies were amazing. I go to the restroom, and when I'm walking towards the restroom, and there's like a weird like a door before the door type thing.
Yes.
And I could hear like a full blown on conversation in Spanish going on in the ladies' room. There's definitely 2 workers and they're having a
Mm.
meeting in the ladies' room and they're
Ladies and
speaking in
gentlemen,
Spanish. It's exactly what was going on. And they're talking like they were not trying to whisper.
mm,
And so I'm in the restroom and luckily I'm bilingual, so I know what they're saying.
yeah.
And I got intrigued. I stayed there a little bit longer than I needed to because this lady was talking about how her man cheated on her
Oh,
and she caught him cheating. And I
mm,
was like, oh my gosh, I felt bad. And I think she like started crying at one point. But it was like really, it was like a really quick conversation.
mhm.
sure they were on the clock. But I loved what her friend said. Oh, she was like, the girl was younger than me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dang, I don't remember seeing like older women when I walked in, but whatever. So her friend was like, you know what? We need to go out. Like, forget him. Let's go out. Like, we're going to have a good time, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't need him. And I was like, oh, like, I'm glad that she had that friend because you could tell, I mean, she was definitely distraught that, she had been, cheated on.
Yeah.
But hopefully this was like a blessing in disguise for her. And she had a friend who's just like willing to like just pick her up, like, all right, like we're gonna go out.
Yeah.
So like when I finally got out of my stall, I seen her. She was like she had a nice face. Like, she wasn't like old. She wasn't old by any means. She was definitely like on the younger side. So I was like, dang, like how young was this chick that this
Mhm.
fool cheated on you with? But
Punk.
I was like,
Beat
right? I
him
was
up.
like, oh my gosh.
She over here working hard for the
But
money.
very PJs, right?
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh,"
Hmm.
but, I mean, what I took out of it is, like, she has a really good friend who was like, "Oh, no, like, you're not gonna cry over this loser. We are going
Yes.
out, and you're gonna meet someone new. Hey." So
Yes. That's really sweet. And the comfort that she felt to confide in a coworker. We've been in the industry, and that's how we met our friendship. And
mhm.
being able to have someone that you can confide in, especially in such a vulnerable moment, is really nice.
Yeah, but so BJ's was great up until well, I mean, it was fine for me, but that was my experience at BJ's. I was like, "Oh, like, sad."
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been a lot of fun being home with the kids. I mean, yes, they've been driving me nuts at the same time. Like I said, my living room is full of freaking colorful Barbie and baby doll accessories and Nerf bullets and all this other nonsense in there and butter and popcorn kernels.
All the butter.
It's it's been fun. Like we're having a good time. We're embracing it. And I really just want to continue to embrace this, what was it, the butter mom summer aesthetics. And I feel like we're really doing that. The kids are they're outdoors a lot. It hasn't been much of an issue to get off their well, I say there, but the girl doesn't have any type of devices. But for my son, he's just not on his iPad or anything like that. Like he's actually having fun. He's into the World Cup right now. He's into playing baseball outside or basketball with the neighborhood kids. One of the
Yeah.
neighborhood kids finally got their basketball court up. So they've been out there until the sun goes down, basically, and still fighting for more time. But I'm like, nope, once the sun is down, you need to be home. You need to follow those rules. My son doesn't have a phone or a watch. So that is how he knows to come home. It's once it's dark, you need to run your butt home.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah, and then, like I said, I got my massage today. I'm getting a facial tomorrow. I'm just trying to also take care of myself while I am on break. I have been struggling with some side effects from my GLP-1 journey that I've been on. And finally, I feel like it's starting to calm down. But like I said, I wasn't able to have carbonated beverages. I had to be really careful with what I've been eating lately. So that kind of sucks, but it's also keeping me in check. Just a lot of fresh food for sure, nothing heavy, which, is good for all of us in the household.
Yes.
So it's definitely been interesting, but I am just looking forward to more summer to come. All these is like random things that happened to me in my life and sandals and whatnot. But I mean, just having fun with the kids, making the memories with them. My daughter, she's at that cute stage where she just says the most randomest things. And like I said, she's trying to be a boss up in this house. And
Oh,
so it's funny to see she has no shame, no limits, no nothing. She just says it as how it is. Her favorite word right now is disgusting. Everything's
oh,
disgusting to her. Yeah,
okay.
disgusting. And she puts her hand in her face and is all
All drama.
dramatic. Oh, she's so drama. Oh my gosh. The slightest bug is an inconvenience to her. But she always every time I kill it or we kill the bug, whatever, she wants to see it. I wanna see,
Mhm.
I wanna see. And then I'll flush them. 'Em, I'll put them in the toilet, but I
Yes.
won't always flush right away. She's like, "Flush, push it, push the button." Like, she wants to make sure they're outta
Well, get
here,
the bug out of here. Yeah.
right? But, yeah, just fun with the family. Yeah, that's nothing too crazy, I don't think. I'm sure I'm forgetting something.
No, that's plenty.
Oh, yeah. Oh gosh, the indoor park. So that was fun. There's a slide. So there's 2 slides at the indoor, park that we went to, and it's not the one that I have gone to. It's
Oh,
one
okay.
in a different city, and this
Mhm,
one just it's basically the same thing, just like the setup is a little bit different.
mhm.
But this one has 2 different type of slides. So it has a slide that have, like, the bumps, and then there's another slide that it's, like, almost straight down
Yeah.
and
Oh.
curves. So my son was like, go on the side with me. Like, all right, cool. And I was figuring we were going on the bump one. I didn't even know the other one existed. So I go and I'm like, crap, this is like straight down, super steep. So I'm not no freaking biatch. I'm going to go on. Oh my gosh. I slid down so fast. I was screaming the whole way
Oh my
down,
god.
freaking hit my knee.
Oh.
Apparently, as I was going down, somehow I bent my son's arm,
Oh
and
my
he was
gosh.
like, "You hurt me." And yell at like, it happened so fast, and I just flung out. It just shot out of the slide, and there's just parents there looking at me. I didn't know that was gonna happen. And then I get on the other slide with my daughter because I didn't even think she was gonna get on the big kid side of the playground, but she got brave and she did it and she loved it and she wanted to keep going on the slide, but
Mhm,
she's too little to go on the slide by herself because it's like a really long slide.
mhm.
So I would go on there with her and she would go on my lap. But on that one, it was so bumpy and I was wearing shorts, so my legs kept getting stuck. So I kept like squeaking all the way down. I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Oh
there's
goodness.
no winning on these slides." But yeah, and then you have those kids who are running around all nasty. That was annoying 'cause that's
Mhm.
the first time I seen that. I went to I think for one of your kids' parties, we went to indoor
Yes.
playground. I
Mhm.
don't know if you remember, and there was a kid who looked like had poop all up their back, just running around.
Wow,
And I was,
that's
like, done.
disgusting.
I was done. Yeah. So that's why I was so upset, like, the cre and but that's just what I seen, imagine what we don't see.
Right.
Like, check on your kids, make sure they're using the potty, make sure, you're checking, you can't just let them be in there for hours
And stay
running
prepared.
around.
We had an episode where we talked about putting stuff in the car, having an extra pair of clothes, having just
Mhm.
a corner in your car if you can squeeze it in your trunk of snacks, clothes, diapers, and staying prepared. You never know. My mom always has stuff to this day in her car. She stay ready so you ain't got to get ready because you
Right? But
don't know.
even if you aren't prepared, even if you aren't ready, that doesn't mean, "Alright, keep playing and
Right.
get your nasty freaking germs all over the place." Like, that's nasty. That is so gross. It's such bad parenting. It's all around just disturbing,
You're
disgusting.
passing around bacterias and bad ones too. Anything that has to do with bodily fluids is nasty. You don't wanna be running around with an adult who has something going on and you sit behind after them, and kids are constantly catching things
Yeah,
that we don't
it's so
want.
freaking rude.
Leave, and a lot of these indoor playgrounds have wristbands, so you have all day passes.
Yeah, you just come back.
You
Like,
go
just
back.
don't be freaking lazy. And a lot of times they're also in like a shopping center. Like, if you don't want to go all the way home, like just go get them a change of
Right.
clothes real quick. Like, it don't have to be anything expensive. Just whatever the freak you find that's super cheap, just for them to continue to play.
Yeah,
But
even it's like
don't
still get a
them like that.
t-shirt.
Like, that's so freaking rude.
Yeah, t-shirt or shorts, it's $5, easy. And yeah, there are definitely shopping centers around. So far, the ones that we've gone to.
Yeah, I think all the majority that I've been to, they're in some type of shopping center,
Mhm,
or there's a shopping center across the street, whatever the case is. But yeah, that was freaking frustrating. But other than that, it was a good time. The kids had a lot of fun.
mhm,
My daughter, Briseis, she's into dancing now. So that's one thing we've been doing.
mhm,
One thing we've been doing, I'll put on music in the morning, and typically it's like Selena radio that I put on. So we're like listening to Mexican music
mhm.
and she'll be like, "Dancing, dancing?" So then her and I start dancing together, and she heard the music. They have a room at that specific place that we went to, where they have, like, a dancing room, and there's, like, the lights and the
What?
music,
Oh, nice.
and she went in there and she was dancing away, and she was so excited. She was having such a good time. So
Aw,
I was glad she was able to experience that because last time we went, it was about a year ago, and she just wasn't doing the same stuff, but,
mhm.
there's a huge difference between 2 and 3 and, like, their abilities to do things and, like, on their own too. So that was a
Yes.
lot of fun. We also went to a graduation party. I don't think we talked about that
Mm-mm.
a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we didn't have time to talk about that. That was fun. We also danced there too, her and I. But she wanted to be in my arms dancing, and I
Mm.
was like sweating, like my arms were getting sore. Like, oh my gosh. But that was also a good time. I didn't drink that night. It was my husband's turn to drink, but everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of the people were definitely on a good one. So it's,
Mm.
interesting to see how people act when you're sober. It's like,
Yes, you're not part of
man,
that crowd.
yeah, yeah. But it was a good time. My nephew, the one who graduated, he had a really, really good time. Oh, and I made a cake.
Yeah.
I didn't I'm not gonna post it because it does have his face on it, and I don't know if he would appreciate that, but it was the first time I made a cake that had an edible photo on it, and it was so cute. I really enjoyed making that cake. I was
Yes.
stressed at first because like I said, I've never done that before. I didn't know what would happen to it, and it did get a little, like, bubbly, like, towards, like, well, maybe, like, about an hour or 2 after I did it, but I think it was maybe the icing that I used.
Mm.
But, I mean, overall, though, it looked pretty good. The cake was delicious. I mean, it's just such as cake. That's what he asked me for.
Mm.
So it was so good. So I was like, "Oh, do I wanna do this again?" I So just a little fun fact, in high school, my friend and I took a cake decorating class. So for a long time, I made cakes for people or, like, cupcakes, whatever, and eventually I just stopped because it's just so much work.
Yes.
So many little details, and it's, like, stressful, and I just don't have that in me, like, to do it as a thing,
Mhm.
but, well, I'll get the itch, or, like, a family member will ask my nephew. That was his request, and typically, I'll just, like, make it, and I'll just throw some fruit on it or whatever, so, like, I don't
Oh,
decorate it
sprinkle,
too much,
sprinkle. Mhm.
right? And it's good to go, but this time I was like, "You know what? Let me just do this and see how it turns out." So, like, the picture was of him. So he graduated high school, but the picture I used was his kindergarten graduation picture. And
Okay.
it was good. It was so freaking cute.
Mm.
So, yeah, that worked out, but I think that's, like, all that I've been up to
Yeah.
this summer, but like I said, just having fun with the kids, trying to keep them busy, trying to keep them learning and their brains engaged and not to forget, at least my son, not to forget what he learned in school
Yes. Yes,
this
I'm
past year.
all about that education, big time. You know, we're
Mhm.
we're big about education over here. That's plenty. Keeping the kids busy. You're keeping the kids busy. We earlier, no idle time. Idle time calls for idle trouble. So parents, keep your
Yeah.
kids off the street unless they're actively engaging in positive things, riding bikes like Sil chatted about
Mhm.
and hanging out, playing baseball and all that fun stuff, but keeping the kids actively engaged in something positive is necessary for the summer. And plan for it. Make the plans or don't plan, but have ideas and listen to podcasts like us to help give you some ideas and share with your friends and family because there are so many things out there to do during the summer. You have to hunt for it or be creative. But there are a lot of
Yeah,
activities out there for the kids to do, and if you still have to work during the summer, there are still plenty of things out there to leave the kids to do, and give them a little bit of guidance, but don't let them roam aimlessly in the street.
please don't. Oh my gosh. This is wrong for so many reasons. I just don't.
So my and again, and I know parents work, not everyone gets the summer off. That's very rare depending on your job description. But leave things for them to do. Give them some responsibility. Or if they're with grandma, make sure grandma has the list of things to do that's easy and tangible for her to put in front of the kids to do. And not,
Yeah,
everything doesn't have to be so structured because again, we've also talked about being bored, but sweet Jesus, a little bit of structure never hurt anybody. Okay.
right. It's so funny. You mentioned, not everyone gets the summers off. I remember the first summer I had off once I got into education, my son, he was so confused. Like, wait a minute, how come dad's not here? Like, where's he? Why is he working? Well, because he needs to work. That's his job. He's, well, you're off. Well, yeah, but this is my job. This is, I get to have the time off. And so every time oh, can we go to someone's house? No, their parents are working. What? Why does everyone work? Not everyone is able to. So this is definitely
Yes.
a blessing to be able to be there be here with the kids. But yeah, no, not everyone gets
Yes.
it. Yeah, he was so like, "What? People still have to work in the summer?" Like,
Yeah. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. There's summer camps. Again, if you're tight on money though and you have a system that works, share that with us. But for those that are looking for things to do, just type it in. Again, go to your local library. They offer the reading clubs, read a book things. And that's it sounds maybe so minute, but just having that one thing that your child can look forward to or and you too about reading a book a month or a week, whatever the challenge
Mhm.
is for the summer. There are so many things. We've moved to a lot of small towns and all these little towns that we've been living in, their movie theaters offer free movie showings. So look into that. A lot of the theaters that are probably in older buildings and not the big name commercial ones offer showings of old movies that you can obviously watch at home, but you're in the theater environment and it's either free or for a cheaper price, $1 for the movie, and everything is at a lower price. So Google it, look into there's so many fun things out there. Those are a couple things that we're tapping into with the summer. So explore, teach your child how to ride a bike, do
Yes.
bike rides, teach them how to tie their shoe, get those milestones under their belt during the summer. Tap into that, see
Yeah,
what they
for
need help
sure.
in. So I think that's great. I think your summer is sounds amazing. So
Thanks. Yes, I
everything is
know. I
different. It's
just
great. I'm sad we're
need
not
to
there.
add a resort. I need to add a resort to my
Oh my gosh. Go
list.
to Kalahari. Go to Kalahari. Take us with you.
Oh,
So
family trip.
oh my gosh, it's so good. So good. Do it.
All right, pores, we are at the end of our episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, what we said was relatable and maybe you got some good tips or, oh, thank God I'm not alone in this. So, thanks for tuning in to Pouring and Parenting.
Where sip happens and we pour about it.